What is going on, folks? It is Memorial Day weekend. Actually, the last day of Memorial weekend, so that kind of stinks back to real life tomorrow. But wanted to come on here, and I don't know, this might not get posted till Wednesday. I'm not sure. I wanted to come on here and share with you some pickups that I got. So, kind of was browsing Facebook Marketplace like last week, and this was a long message process, so I appreciate the dude for being cool and holding these off for me or whatever, the case might be. But so I was browsing Facebook Marketplace, and you guys could know, or you guys could probably tell, that I've been getting into South Park and Family Guy and just Beavis and Butthead, all those kind of animated shows. I just tossed in some variety along with my Simpsons stuff. By the way, I received the next wave, or the newest wave, of Jack's Simpsons figures. I'll be doing a review in the next couple days or so. So kind of have a light week of stuff, and last week was super busy. Been on the road for wrestling, thank God. But I picked up this lot of stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the tote, and then we're gonna break down everything that I purchased. So this guy had this lot of Mezco, Family Guy, and South Park action figures, and the guy wanted $1,000. I was like, but he did have in the description toss me an offer. The worst I could say is no. So he either hadn't really gotten many offers or whatever, but he took mine. I offered him a price, and he took it. So met with him today. I'm filming this today after I had picked it up, and we're gonna show off this pretty big lot of action figures that we picked up. So we're gonna start with the Family Guy stuff, and we get a little close up on everything. So I know a lot of this stuff obviously came out at these shows' heights, right? Their prime, if you want to call it that. So probably between '02 to '06, a lot of this stuff came out. Maybe I didn't really do a lot of research, so a lot of these accessories that are included and everything like that, bear with me. Some of it is going to be obvious, but a lot of it, I don't think I know what goes to who, even though I've been watching all of this stuff for the better part of 20 plus years. So anyway, we're going to start out with the first figure. It is a Lois figure. It is Karate Lois, and she's got so it seems like the guy might have given him a fig bath, but maybe not, so I'm not really sure. But the placement of this stand is not really ideal, but she looks cool articulation wise. It's kind of limited, but toys from that era didn't really have a lot, so she has more than I thought she would. Her feet move and stuff like that. But so there's that figure. I'm not sure what this goes with. It's a cage of some sort. I'm sure it'll come to me when I add the video, but as well as this stick with a string on it, I'm not really sure. I'll probably figure it out. I suppose I'll show off the one discrepancy. So he did warn in the description that one of these 30 or 40 figures is broken, and that being Cleveland Brown, another fan favorite on the show. You could see his arm joint kind of is broken off there, so it is what it is. But the arm is in here, and it looks like it's easily glue-onable, if you want to call it that. So his arm is in here. I'm probably just gonna glue her in there, find an alternative, because he has one of every character in this. So I don't know what the deal is with this. There's two of these. It's Death and or the Grim Reaper. I can't remember who calls what on each show, but this is a Family Guy Grim Reaper without the hood. His jaw moves and stuff like that. So, and he's got a hand out like this, probably for like a scythe, which is right here. So seems like I might need to give these like another fig bath, because like kind of stanky, if I'm being honest with you. That looks pretty cool. So there's that. But then there's also this Death or Grim Reaper, or whatever one they call it in Family Guy. Can't really remember. Focus on the dang thing. Holy crap. And he also comes with a scythe, so that's pretty easy to figure out. Really cool characters. Dig it. Once again, don't know too much about the Mezco stuff from back in the day, but I feel like I paid a fair price for what I had received. Another fan favorite character, which is really cool, is Joe Swanson here in his wheelchair. And it seems like the wheels turn. So really cool. And it looks like this guy kind of just did or what I do with figures, and I kind of like buy them, and they, you know, they are for cool display pieces and kind of nothing else really. So pretty cool. Dig that. The only thing that I'm like a little bummed out about is like I wish they had like a classic Peter, and they don't. But there is a couple Peters that come with this, so they're both really funny. They're variations, so I'm just gonna show this to the camera. You could tell what kind of mask this is, but we got a Peter here in that kind of costume. So Peter Griffin. And once again, like these figures are a little like not played with, but there's a couple like paint discrepancies. Like maybe the guy just dropped him a few times or something, but you could put the mask on him like that. Looks pretty cool. And then the other Peter Griffin that comes with this is Peter in his, geez, it really doesn't want to show us. Can't imagine why. Peter in his swimsuit. Let's put it that way. Another character that we got, pretty interesting characters. I think it's Mort or Morty. I think it's Mort, but he's the shop owner. He's in a ton of stuff, right? Pretty interesting character. I think there's just this one Meg, so that's pretty cool. Glasses seem to be removable, but they're not. So there's that. There's a secondary Lois in here, and that I'm guessing it goes with Peter in this outfit set. So 2 Loises, 2 Peters. Like Chris Griffin that comes with it is this interesting one. This must be a special edition, Chris, but he's got like a green shirt. He's got headphones on, along with his hat, and Mezco on the back. And his hands are positioned to do the heavy metal horns. So I dig that. They all stand like fantastic, except this guy might not. It's the creepy old man. It's Herbert, I think his name is, but he looks really cool. He has a lot of articulation in his head, but kind of nowhere else. And one thing maybe you could pick up on, and maybe you can't, but he has almost, I don't want to say real hair, but the appearance of like real hair like poking out of his head. He's got some waist articulation, and I believe he comes with his walker. So let's check out that, see if we can't find that. I don't know what this piece of grass goes to. Somebody to stand in. But, yeah, they got this little dog in here too. So the creepy old man's dog, and then no articulation on the dog whatsoever. We got this cart. Like I said, a lot of the stuff I'm gonna have to like look into, like what goes with what. Yes, here's his little walker, so can go with him there. These figures are really good shape. I'm pretty surprised, to be honest. So, a couple Stewies. This is like a chubbier Stewie. Just his like diaper and stuff like that. Interesting. And then the other Stewie is, I believe this is like first appearance Stewie. Like this is kind of how he looked before. You know, he had like the classic like red overalls and yellow shirt. So a couple Stewies. You got this is so crazy. You got the greased up deaf guy with like a lot of articulation, and he can kind of just do. You could have him doing whatever. Oh, he probably comes with this. The green. I'm pretty sure that's what it is because he's got pegs in his feet, so you can kind of have him streaking. That's funny as hell. I have to show this first because of context. So you got Quagmire, another favorite on the show. And he comes with a few accessories. His arm's a little loose. Feels like it's almost coming off. But I have to show this because you'll know for context, but this I would assume is an accessory to Quagmire. It's a doll of his. We'll leave it at that. Not sure what this is. Some kind of head thing. Get a banana. There's a pillow for whatever. There's a pig, a little tiny pig figure. We got two Brian Griffins in here. One being just classic Brian, and it's funny because he has a martini in hand, so that's really neat and thought out. And then we also have another fan favorite. So we got the peanut butter jelly time Brian in the banana costume. Come on, focus on it, not I. Come on. You get the idea. Really cool figure. Might be one of my favorites in this whole deal, to be honest with you. Yeah, all kinds of like weird accessories that'll show off. Got a clam here, that kind of makes sense. Boy, some of the stuff I just have no idea. Glass of, or a mug of coffee for somebody. This looks like a whip for that Lois and Peter. You got a purse to go with somebody. You got like a VHS tape. A mug of that good old Pawtucket. I don't remember what it's called. Another bag. So once again, just like the Simpsons stuff, a lot of accessories to go through. Oh, and even the Grim Reaper or Death has a dog. That's funny. Two dogs. So it must be a regular and a chase version. Another one of these, I have no idea. This looks like a javelin, maybe. A lot of interesting stuff. Folded up newspaper. Really gonna have to do my research, honestly, guys. Hemorrhoidal, bottle of that. Not sure. This looks like a bench of some sort. Don't know who this would come with, but it is what it is. You got a trophy. A bunny, I'm guessing for Stewie. Another trophy. Some other just random stuff. I'm sure it all has a purpose. Another folded up newspaper, probably for Herbert. Here it is. Pawtucket Patriot Ale, which you can't see because I don't have a legit studio right now. Let's see. Little magazine. A sword. A lot of interesting stuff. A couple more bottles of this Pawtucket Ale and a baseball bat. Okay, so that's it for Family Guy stuff. So there was probably more Family Guy stuff than anything else, to be truthful with you. But we're gonna get into he put the South Park stuff separate. So we're gonna get into that with, right off the bat, you get a Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh. We got a chef. He's quite the large figure. Always doing this with his hands. We got Mr. Garrison and Mr. Hat. That's a fun figure. Dig that quite a bit. And we got Officer Barbirdie. This is so fun. I feel like I got such a good deal on like old figures. I don't know. Hopefully I did. We got a Cartman. And it's Princess Cartman, I believe. So that's pretty dang funny. Big Gay Al. Interesting. This figure's a little beat up. We got a specific Cartman that came with, I don't know, but it was a very specific episode when Cartman wanted to find his dad. Man, these figures are so unique. So there's 3 Cartmans. I'm excited about that. You got classic Cartman, and one thing that's really interesting about this, articulated eyebrows. Are you kidding me? So he can be angry or excited or whatever. Pretty cool. And then who else do we got? Kyle Bravovsky, and he comes with his own little Mr. Pooh. So not only do we have the big version, we have a little tiny version, and he's kind of got like a thumbs up. We got the little dog from, I'm guessing he comes with Al, Kyle's dog, I think, or Stan's dog. I don't remember. I just watched it the other day. One of my favorites, we got Stan Marsh. Really cool figure. And once again, if you guys are wondering what these are Mezco figures from back in the day. So, you got Cartman's cat, Kitty. No, Kitty, those are my cheesy poops. Oh, this is interesting. You got Ike, and he's like a bobblehead. That is funny as hell. Come on, focus. Ike Bravovsky. You gotta have a Kenny, and he actually comes with an alternate head, zombie or dead Kenny. So that's pretty funny. And then we got Token for the, name change. all these accessories once again. Like a sheet of cookies. Wow, there's just a lot. Boombox. Little duck or whatever. I'm guessing this is, I don't want to say what I think this is. You got a guitar and an amp. Little goldfish and its deal. Suitcase. An alternative hand for chef with the spatula. His other hand, that's kind of what the rest of it is. Alternate hands. Oh, I get a couple little rats for Kenny, I'm guessing when he dies. Other alternative hands. Cartman, you get the point. Get a school lunch tray. Alternative hat for somebody. A couple different alternative hands, another rat. A lot of fun stuff here. I don't know what this is for. Or these. Alternative hat, sailor hat. Some more rats. And yeah, just a couple other weird little things. Pretty much just alternative hands that came with the stuff. So yeah, that's it. So that was my little haul. Maybe before I post this, I'll get them all like cleaned up and displayed on a shelf, and like you can get like a cool little like idea. So yeah, that was that. I hope you liked it. It's probably got to be close to roughly 40 figures that I got for a super solid deal. So this is probably gonna be a longer video, but yeah, hope you like it. Let me know what your favorite figure is that I showed off, and if you have any insights for me as far as like the Mezco stuff. I mean, obviously I could Google it myself, but drop it down in the comments, like your thoughts, everything like that, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.